Greetings. Today is Sunday, October 5th. The market is closed. Here is my lengthier tutorial on why I do stock options. This is the story of how I or myself or we got into stock options. Sometimes I say I, sometimes I say we. That is my husband. Many years ago, we both got interested in the stock market for the reasons of hearing that it promises great wealth. You have to get into the magical stock, got really low, let it ride high, cash out, and various stocks at various times we did that and really didn't know what we were doing. The time went forward, dabble in it a little bit here and there, and then came across, okay, this is finally the time to start learning. So my husband and I learned about just, your basic investing, putting in money into a type of stock. You might hear of like the fanciest kind of trendiest stock at the time. It might be, Yahoo. That was a while back. Might be Netflix. It could have been Facebook a long time ago. It could have been Qualcomm. And use this hope and pray. You put it in, and it might right up. Eventually became the time for, catching it at the right time. There's the next level. It's called swing trading. Well, what if you could learn with these more intricate stock charts? It's called candlestick, catching it at a low point and riding up high. And then when you see the charts indicating it's going to drop, you sell out and it's going to go low, as if I could predict the market. At that time, then we got into that, and my husband, out of all the time phrases, he got into right at 2008, at the market crash. And that was a terrible time for the general market overall, the global financial crisis. After that ordeal came a time of, taking a step back, didn't know what we were doing. Eventually, the market slowly rose up and got into, swing trading again. Notice the pattern when swing trading, the market does go up, but it takes years to go up. So it's hard to, quote unquote, swing. It's hard to catch the rise and fall when the long trajectory is so gradually upward. Swing trading happens well with a very volatile up and down market. So with that in mind, holding a position for many times for a long period of time, and granted, prior that we tried at day trading. Day trading is when you really just look at the everyday, when the market opens to the market closes, intricate moves up ticks and the intricate down ticks of that underlying asset, cash in and out, really quick trades. It takes a lot of time though. You really have to look at the screen, be committed, and be in and out very fast. That's almost a full-time job. Back to the future, back to swing trading, there are long periods of time when you're just holding the asset. And it's hard to cash out too, because you're just holding it. You don't know when it's going to come down. So after that, then, when you're in the stock market, you always hear of the other terms. You hear of futures and Forex, and then options. What is an option? My husband read some books on it. How to really find the terminologies of what options are, the calls and the puts. What does that mean? And it turns out that it's a derivative. It is attached closely, just attached, equally attached to the market. It's a derivative offshooting from the underlying asset. And it has these time values tied to it. And it has these premiums and these calls and the puts and the expiration date. Looking on some books and then testing it out. And now seeing that at first buying, everybody wants to be a rookie person always thinks of buy low, sell high. You always hear the word buy, buy, buy. Now buying, it needs capital, of course, and you're at the mercy of who's selling, and you're at the mercy of when to sell. Options is different. Yes, you can buy typically just like a stock. There is a time expiration date, but you could buy the option just like a stock. Cost less risky, but you could also lose if the expiration time's out. Now, venturing on the selling side, that's when everything changed. The selling side offers a type of coverage that I have stake in this game. I am covered by what I'm putting in. And the expiration date is on my side. If the option is exercised out of my favor, I'll be given the opposite of the asset. I'll be given the cash or the stocks. If it closes in the favor, if it's out the money, I can start having a new position again. So this is where the birth of options really came forward. Could there be better strategies out there? Of course. Could there be better use of my time and money? Absolutely. But as of now, using options, using the grandiose, the largest market out there, the stock market out there, the largest place for capital, and tied to that, the options market. And then using leverage. Options allow leverage. A really wonderful person I'd like to listen to is Naval Ravikant. And he says, you cannot build wealth without leverage. You cannot be a one-to-one. You cannot couple your inputs with your outputs. Options offer leverage. So this is a story gradually how we ended up our journey to options. Hopefully to fine-tune it, to really master a fine-tuning daily, and also an appreciation market for our assets. It requires a little bit of extra learning. You can really choose to be as simple or as complex as you want. Options are insurance for stocks. They offer a way of gather income. They also offer a way to get appreciation, just like a regular stock. You take the time to know what the definition of a call and a put. You have to really go back to definitions, back to basics. Learn about expiration dates, time value, premium, closing, rolling, sell to open, buy to close. These terms are one of the most common terms that you'll need to know. You'll have to decide if you want to go to a single stock. Usually single stocks, from my brief time of going into this, single stocks offer larger premiums, but they have higher volatility. Index and ETFs have lower premiums, but they are more consistent and more predictable. So this is the journey of how I got into stock options. Hopefully you've been looking at the daily shorts that I've been putting out. They're offering daily income, very useful, still having the principal. And if you have any questions, please hit below. I'll see you on tomorrow's trade. Have a good week. Bye.